it all culminates into this final video. Number 8 in the series where I rate every Pokemon on a scale of 1 to 10 or no points at all if I absolutely despise them. We're in Galar now, the very most recent generation. And as I'm thinking about it, we're in that spot right now where we don't know what the new generation is going to be, like, at all. And that's always it's always a fun twilight period where a new generation is at this point getting fairly old and a remake is on the way. They're remaking the Gen 4 games, which is crazy because those are the ones I play as a kid and I'm getting old. But with the Gen 4 remakes not even out yet, we're sitting at a point where we're waiting on games we've technically played before and we have no idea what Gen 9 is going to be. It's a really exciting time to be alive. So for the time being, to tide us over, let's rate some Galar Pokemon. I like a lot of them, so let's see what I have to say. Grookey! Off to a mediocre start. I'm not crazy about Grookey because he's a monkey. 5, sure. Thwackey, similar situation. He's kind of cute though. Just a little bit cute. We'll give him a 5.1. Rillaboom. It's a Pokemon that, honestly, I kind of like him. Even though I don't like monkeys or gorillas or chimps or anything of the kind, Rillaboom is a Pokemon I actually like quite a lot. He's a big drummer monkey, drummer ape, who he's a big drummer gorilla, and he's loosely based off of Raiju, the god of lightning and whatnot, who beats on drums to make like thunder strikes and whatnot. It's a cool concept, and Rillaboom is loosely based off of that. He's not electric type though, because that's not his main inspiration, but it's a notable thing. So Rillaboom, honestly, good job. You're gonna get a 7 out of 10. And then G-Max Rillaboom. I have a bit of a problem with the G-Max forms for the starters, where they all stay relatively the same size, but their accessories grow, which I guess is an interesting way to do it to differentiate them from other G-Max, but at the same time, I'm just not really feeling it. By the way, just to clear this up, for all of the new Pokemon in Gen 8 that have a G-Max form, I will be doing them after I rate their normal form, and for the G-Max forms that were added to existing Pokemon, I'll do those at the end of the video, before the legendaries. G-Max Rillaboom, he'll get a 6.5 out of 10. Scorbunny, the one I'm probably going to pick when I get Shield. Scorbunny is very fine. I don't really have any qualms for Scorbunny, and of the starters, he's the one that I find the least, like, offensive, I guess. But overall, I just don't really care. The entire reason I want to use him is, like I mentioned in the Gen 4 video, for some reason, I've been on a bunny kick recently. I've started really liking rabbits, and Scorbunny is one of those, so I'll probably end up picking Scorbunny. And also, his second stage, which we'll get to, I quite like. For the meantime, Scorbunny, you'll get a 6. Raboot, shockingly, is a second stage that I like more than the final evolution, which has only really happened with Grovyle and Sceptile. So, Raboot, cool. I really like the way Raboot looks. I would hang out with Raboot. Raboot's a homie. Raboot is in my top 100. Well, not quite, but Raboot specifically is on the top 100 picture I made, the list. He's in the not quite category, but if I were to put him to a number, he would probably be number 101, 102. I really like Raboot. Raboot, he can get an 8 out of 10. Cinderace, I like aspects of and dislike others. One aspect I like his soccer outfit. I think that's pretty funny. One aspect I dislike is his weird biker helmet flame thing he's got going on. I'm not crazy about that. Another aspect I like is he's a rabbit, yeah. Another aspect I dislike is his weird, like, eyeliner he's got going on. Outside from that, there's a lot of pros and cons I could give for Cinderace, but I probably will still end up evolving my Raboot, because I still do like Cinderace, it's just I don't like him nearly as much as Raboot. Cinderace, he can get a 7.1 out of 10. G-Max Cinderace, I actually like a lot, and G-Max Cinderace is largely the reason that I am okay with evolving my Raboot into a Cinderace, just so I can use G-Max Cinderace. I like how the biggest part of this is his Pyro Ball, which is now grown to be absolutely massive. My dude is standing on a sun. I also quite like his giant floppy ears. I really like that. G-Max Cinderace, I like more than Raboot. So G-Max Cinderace gets an 8.3 out of 10. Sobble, I didn't like you when you were first revealed, and I still don't. 3 out of 10. And fun fact from when I first played Pokemon Sword, when my brother was still here, I picked Sobble because I didn't like any of the starters at the time. And the moment I got a single Pokemon that was not Sobble, I got rid of Sobble out of my team. He is the starter I got rid of the fastest because I didn't even evolve him, and I barely leveled him. I got something else and I immediately replaced him, even though I had extra space in the team. I do not like Sobble. Sobble is gonna get a 1 out of 10. And then Drizzile. Oh my god, you're such a stupid Pokemon. Drizzile gets like half a point. Inteleon. He's... I feel like if he didn't have the full 5 fingers, I would like him more. If they did the cartoon thing where they like took off a pinky, or maybe he only had 2 fingers, I would like him more, but his all 5 fingers on his hands make his hands look absolutely massive and really disproportionate with the rest of his body. I like that he's a secret spy and he has a glider. It's pretty neato. And I like that people made jokes about us getting Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield, and Pokemon Gun. We never got Pokemon Gun, and we probably aren't, but we have gun Pokemon. That's his whole deal. So, Inteleon, there's stuff I like and there's stuff I dislike, and I would probably give you a higher score if I didn't have to go through Sobble and Drizzile to get to you. Inteleon, you'll get a 6.3 out of 10. G-Max Inteleon, I actually really like. Inteleon changes not even the slightest in size. However, his water pistol fingers become a sniper rifle, and his G-Max thing is he gets a sniper tower made out of water, and I find that really cool. G-Max Inteleon specifically gets a 9 out of 10 for me. I love it. Speaking of things I love, Skwovet is not one of those things. I think I mentioned in the Gen 4 video that I don't like squirrels, and this has the same problem as Toucannon with the fact that he is just the animal he's based off of. And unfortunately for Skwovet, he is just a squirrel, and I don't like squirrels. I gave Toucannon a little bit of wiggle room, just a little bit. I still don't think I rated him, but I gave him a little bit of wiggle room because he's a bird and I like birds. However, Skwovet, you're not a bird. You're an animal I actively dislike, and you do nothing to be a Pokemon. You have nothing going for you that makes you a Pokemon. You are just a squirrel. And for that, I'm not giving you a rating because you don't deserve it. Both because you don't deserve it and because you are not a Pokemon. You are just an animal. Greedent is more of the same. You are just a squirrel. And because of that, you get no rating. You are worthless. Now, moving on. Rookidee. It's cute. Little chickadee bird. It's a Corvid, so... Corvid, I like. Bird, I like. Rookidee, I like. Rookidee's pretty neato. He's gonna get a 6.5 out of 10. We're getting better. Corvisquire. He's evolved from a chickadee to a magpie, which is a Corvid I quite like. I really like the colors they got going on, even though they're just kind of black and white, but it's a nice color combo. Corvisquire, he's a good boy. He's gonna get a 6.7 out of 10. Corviknight, oh my god, so good. 7 feet tall. He's a 7-foot tall armored raven. Corviknight is so fucking cool. The only complaint I have about Corviknight is that he's treading on Skarmory territory with his typing. That's it. No other complaints. Corviknight is such a cool Pokemon. It is, and I'm so biased. I am so biased. So unbelievably biased. Where's Corviknight on my top 100? He's 60th. He's not even in my top 50. However, my soul is telling me to give Corviknight a 10 out of 10. Corviknight is such a cool Pokemon. G-Max Corviknight is a little bit disappointing, but just a little bit. He didn't change much, but in Game Freak's defense, how do you improve upon a Pokemon who is perfect, which I just rated, so from my perspective, how do you improve a Pokemon that is perfect? Luckily for me, they didn't change almost a goddamn thing. They left G-Max Corviknight 99% Corviknight. They only changed him a slight bit and gave him like little bird jets flying around him. So they didn't change him very much, and because of that, they didn't downgrade his design. So G-Max Corviknight gets the same rating as Corviknight, 10 out of 10. Okay, now for a Pokemon I like, but I'm not gonna fangirl over. Blipbug is funny. It's a little nerdy wormy dude. He's fine. He's cute. I like him. Of the regional bugs, he's one of the ones that I particularly like. Blipbug, you're gonna get a 6.5 out of 10. Dottler, funny. Little reclusive radio bug thing. I like him. 6.3 out of 10. Orbeetle, I really like because his whole line just comes together. He started out as a nervous nerd who likely got bullied for being a nerd and then evolved into a reclusive, science-loving whack job who probably believes a lot of conspiracy theories, and then evolves further into an evil mastermind. That's a fucking supervillain plot, and that's awesome. I just wish that he was Psychic Dark to reflect that, but he's Bug Psychic, so I'm still fine with it. Orbeetle, I really like the progression of specifically. Orbeetle's a neat Pokemon. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. G-Max Orbeetle, that evil genius went off the deep end and either stole or made a flying saucer. That's so cool. It's a fun Pokemon, and it's a regional bug. Who cares? That's so cool. They took the concept of a regional bug, which is usually lackluster to say the least, and they made it a genuinely interesting Pokemon, and I love that. Gmax Orbeetle gets a 7.5 out of 10. Nickit, you were so close. Nickit is another fox Pokemon, and people predict it, or Game Freak predicted that people will like it because it's a fox, and people love foxes. So unfortunately for Nickit, they made its stat block absolutely god-awful, and that's such a disappointment. Nickit, from looks alone, I would give Nickit a 7 out of 10. I would probably name him Mr. Fox, to reference Fantastic Mr. Fox, one of my favorite movies. Evil, you would remain the Fantastic Mr. Fox. You more reference, Guy Fawkes and also Zorro, but you would still be Mr. Fox in my eyes. However, your stat block, let me pull up Bulbapedia just so I can get a number. Your stat block is 455 in total. Now, if memory serves, let me really quickly pull up another page. Sneasel, unevolved Pokemon from Gen 2. Sneasel has a stat block of 430. 430 versus 455, which, fair. The fully evolved Pokemon has a higher stat block than a unevolved Pokemon. However, Sneasel specializes in physical attack and speed. Thievul doesn't really specialize in anything. Its HP isn't all that high, its attack sucks, and its defense sucks. And then its special attack is okay, its special defense is okay, and its speed is okay. Really a jack of all trades, master of none. But since I compared him to Sneasel, we're going to compare two fully evolved together. And I'm going to compare Thievul's stat block to Weavile's stat block. Funnily enough, they're weirdly similar sounding. So Thievul, a fully evolved dark-type Pokemon, has a stat block of 455 and doesn't really specialize in any stat. Weavile, a fully evolved dark-type, has a stat block of 510 and specializes in both attack and speed, with an attack stat of 120 and a speed stat of 125. What is so wrong with Thievul that they had to do that to his stat block? It's just kind of unfair. When I get Shield, I'm probably going to use a Thievul because I kind of intend on using a mono dark team, like all dark types, and Thievul is probably going to be my first Pokemon, quote unquote. I'm going to catch Thievul and then use him as my starter, quote unquote. Again, I like Thievul. I like his design. I'm gonna name him Fantastic Mr. Fox because that's one of my favorite movies. But he just kind of got fucked over on his stat block for little to no reason, which is really unfortunate. Thievul, however, ignoring his shitty stats, is gonna get a 7.5 out of 10. Gossifleur. I like it. I really like Gossifleur. I just don't like its evolution. Ignoring your evolution and imagining you evolved into something different, I would give you a 7 out of 10. Eldegoss is a disappointment. I really wished Gossifleur evolved into something else. Eldegoss is gonna get a 4, actually. I was gonna say 5, but it's gonna get a 4. Wooloo. I like Wooloo, but every time I've gone to use a Wooloo, both in the first time I played Sword and when I started playing Pixelmon with my friends, I got a Wooloo and I never evolved it and I boxed it pretty soon after I got it. It's super, super cute and it's a sheep. Outside of that, it doesn't do a whole lot, which is very unfortunate. Wooloo, for the fact that you're kind of a nothing Pokemon, unfortunately, but you're also super cute, we'll give you a 6.5 out of 10. Dubwool, it's a Jacob's sheep, which is a cool breed of sheep. I like Jacob's sheeps. And for an evolution from Wooloo, I feel like they did a great job. Will I use a Dubwool? I don't think so. I'll give you a 6.7 out of 10. Choodle, genuinely one of the ugliest Pokemon in existence. Like objectively. Choodle gets a 1 out of 10. Dreadnaw, visual upgrade. He's based off of an alligator snapping turtle, which is the coolest kind of snapping turtle because they're fucking awesome. And he's a pretty neat Pokemon. I don't think I'll use him though, because I just don't use a whole lot of water types in general. But given the fact that I think he's pretty cool, Dreadnaw is gonna get like we'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. Gmax Dreadnaw. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly, this is what I would have done for Blastoise's original design. Legitimately. I say that Gmax Dreadnaw is what Blastoise should have been. Just, with cannons if they really wanted to stick that whole water jet idea. He's cool. I like him. 7 out of 10. Yamper. Yeah, it's the people. You'll probably expect me to say I like Yamper because so many people do. I like how it's a reference to the Queen of England having corgis. I like the fact that it's a corgi. Corgis are cute. I feel like it's trying too hard though to be a Pokemon that everyone loves. It worked, but I feel like it's trying too hard. card, and that just kind of brings down the rating for me. So I'll have to give Yamper like a 4 out of 10. Boltund, I like him. He's a cute cartoon dog. He looks like he would be the main character in a series based around like superhero dogs. I like Boltund. He's cute. Boltund, stark contrast to Yamper, will get a 7 out of 10 from me. Roly-Coly, he's a fun Pokemon. He's funny. I like how he's effectively a tire, but he's made of coal. He's a fun Pokemon. Roly-Coly is gonna get a 6.5 from me. Carkol, yeah, he's still funny. I legitimately like Carkol. He's gonna get a 6.7. Coalossal, he went from a funny Pokemon to another funny Pokemon to a genuinely cool Pokemon. Good for you, Coalossal, with a super unique set of abilities. Well, not set of abilities, but a super unique ability in Steam Engine. If he gets hit by a fire move, which won't do a whole lot, but most importantly, a water move, which he's 4 times weak to, his speed stat gets boosted way up, which is really cool. 3 stat buff, or 3 stage speed buff if he gets hit by a water move. That's awesome. Coalossal is a really cool Pokemon with a really cool ability. Coalossal is gonna get a 7 out of 10. And G-Max Coalossal, he is so cool. He is so freaking cool. He's gonna get a 7.5 out of 10. Applin, he's adorable. Applin is so cute. I love him. 7 out of 10. Flapple, he ate the apple and is now using it to fly around. Oh my god, so good. Flapple, you're gonna get a 7.8 out of 10. Appletun! Oh, he's so chunky! Appletun is a strong contender for my favorite Pokemon from Gen 8. Strong contender. Very, very strong. I love Appletun. He's a chubby dinosaur. Oh, so good. Appleton's gonna get an 8.5 out of 10. And then Gigantamax Appletun and Flapple. They're the same thing. They're the same thing, they just have a different G-Max move. So I'll just be referring to G-Max Appletun specifically because he's my favorite of the line. G-Max Appletun is very funny. Honestly, it looks more like a G-Max Applin than Appletun or Flapple because it's a dragon coming out of a giant apple. It looks like the Applin, instead of evolving, G-Maxed and into something completely different. Well, not completely different, but different. It looks, you know what this looks like? This looks like Mega Applin. That's the best way I can put it, and I love it. I wish they didn't cop out and make Flapple and Appletun have the same G-Max minus the, special move, but G-Max Appletun and Flapple is still pretty good, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Silicobra, I was so disappointed. Silicobra is just a really sad looking Cobra, and I feel bad for him, and I'm very upset that this is what we got for the second Cobra Pokemon, because Cobras are one of my favorite types of snake. He's just a sad Cobra. Give him like a 5 out of 10. And then Sandaconda. It could have evolved into something really cool. Instead, it evolved into a snake that is eternally wrapped in itself, and it doesn't move like a snake. It springs around, but it doesn't bounce. It just inches forward like a fucking one of those twisty Cheetos, but it's a snake. Sandaconda gets a 2 out of 10. G-Max Sandaconda is funny, but I still wish Sandaconda wasn't the way it... I wish Sandaconda was different. Like, if they just straight up scrapped this entire design. It gets a 3 just because it's funny. Cramorant, I like it. He's funny. Of the waterfowl, Cramorant is the one I like the best, minus Ducklet, because it's weird and I don't get why I like Ducklet so much. But Cramorant is funny, and he uses a Pikachu as a weapon, which, good, fuck that thing. Cramorant's gonna get a 6.8 out of 10 from me. And also, its shiny looks like Kazooie from Banjo and Kazooie. Barracuda. Barracuda are cool fish. Barracuda is a cool Pokemon. 6 out of 10. Barracuda. Barracuda are cool fish, and this Barracuda evolved into a torpedo. Cool. Barracuda is gonna get like a 7 out of 10 from me. It's mono water? I thought it was water dark. Huh, alright. Toxel. Ew. Toxel gets a 1 out of 10. However, Toxtricity, I like considerably more. I used to not like him, but I've warmed up to him quite a bit. Low-key Toxtricity, I'll give a 6.2 out of 10. Amped Toxtricity, I'll give a 6.8 out of 10. And G-Max Toxtricity is super cool. I give G-Max Toxtricity a 7 out of 10. Sizzlepede. It's bacon. It's a bacon centipede. That's funny. 5.2 out of 10, just because it's funny. Centiskorch, a cool evolution for a silly Pokemon. Good job. Centiskorch is cool. I like it. And its stat block isn't terrible, which is weird for a bug type. What's white smoke? What's that? This Pokemon is protected by its white smoke, which prevents other Pokemon from lowering its stats. Oh, is that its G-Max ability? Nope, it just has that. Huh, okay. That's a pretty sweet ability. Good for you, Centiskorch. Centiskorch gets a 7 out of 10. I think he's in the not quite category of top 100 Pokemon. G-Max Centiskorch. That's just cool. He's just It's really cool. I really like G-Max Centiskorch. When I first got introduced to him in the fire gym when I was playing through Sword, I got like fairly into Sword when I played it. I wasn't able to finish it. But when I got to the fire gym in Sword and he pulled out the G-Max Centiskorch, I was like, why didn't I catch a Sizzlebean? That's awesome. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Clobbopus is another contender for my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. I just don't like his evolution, so I can't really put him up with the others, but I love Clobbopus. He, like, of the non-fish sea life, Clobbopus is one of my favorite, like, water-dwelling Pokemon. He's not water type, he's mono-fighting, but of water-dwelling animals, or water-dwelling animal-based Pokemon, Clobbopus is one of my favorites. He's so fucking cute. I love him. He's in the not quite there section of the top 100, but I'm still gonna give him an 8 out of 10. Grapploct, I'm a little disappointed. I wish they kept the boxing octopus thing and didn't evolve him into a grappler. He's cool, but I wish they kept Clobbopus really cute. So I'll give him like a 6.5 out of 10. Sinistea, again, another super cute Pokemon. It's a little ghost hiding in a haunted teacup. 6.5 out of 10. Poltegeist, it evolved to a teapot. A little ghost in a teapot. It's adorable. 6.5 out of 10. Hatena, also pretty cute. 6.5. Hatterene, the cutest of the entire line. She's super cute. I love her. We're gonna give her a 7 out of 10. Hatterene, cool Pokemon, good Pokemon. I had a Hatterene when I was playing through Sword, and she fucking wrecked house. I had a Indeedee that I would use Calm Mind until I got the stacks up. If I was in like a battle, like a gym fight, I would Calm Mind until I got max and special defense and special attack, and then I would Baton Pass into my Hatterene, and she would use stored power and just sweep the entire team. I loved Hatterene just because she's a super good Pokemon. Her special attack stat is awesome. Her speed is butt though. So for a Psychic Fairy, it's good that she's Psychic Fairy because I can point to her instead of Gardevoir for a Psychic Fairy that I like, because I don't like Gardevoir. I like Hatterene. G-Max Hatterene. It's a cool idea. They rolled with the concept that Hatterene isn't actually that tall and it's just like a small body and that's all her hair. And they rolled with that idea, and with that they made a giant witch who is also a prison tower, and the little itty bitty actual body of Hatterene in that prison tower is a princess trapped in that tower. So she is simultaneously a princess trapped in a tower and the witch that is keeping her there, which is so cool. G-Max Hatterene gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Impidimp, 1. Morgrim, half. Grimmsnarl, 0. G-Max Grimmsnarl, at least you look cool now. So you're gonna get a 4. Obstagoon, a very cool added evolution for Linoon. I am a fan of Obstagoon. He's pretty sweet. 6.5 out of 10. Berserker, another added evolution. Galarian Meowth was such an improvement from Alolan Meowth. Oh my god. I just realized I didn't do any of the Alolan forms because they didn't show up in the Pokedex. I guess there'll be another video after this talking about the Alolan forms just to clean it up. Nah, I'll record that later and then I'll just put that at the beginning of the Alola video. Anyway, Berserker, he's cool. I like him. I thought he was Steel Dark because, you know, Vikings are usually portrayed as the bad guys because, you know, they did a lot of raiding and raising. So I thought Berserker was a Dark Steel, but he's Mono Dark, so whatever. He's a cool evolution to Galarian Meowth. I like him. 7 out of 10. Galarian, Corsola, and Cursula. They made Corsola cool, and they did it by killing it. So, Galarian Corsola is still kind of just Corsola, but it's Ghost type now. Actually, I don't think it's Ghost type yet. I don't have it up because it's not in the Pokedex. But they made Corsola cool by giving it a very unfortunate evolution where it dies. Galarian Corsola dies and cracks open and its soul comes out and it turns into Cursula. And for some goddamn reason, Cursula's stat block is fucked up. Cursula is a monstrous Pokemon, and its hidden ability is Perish Body. You know, like Perish Song? If you make physical contact with Cursula with its hidden ability, you're gonna die in a few turns. That is ridiculous. Cursula is a really cool Pokemon, and a super big improvement on Corsola as a whole. Cursula is gonna get a 7 out of 10 for me. Galarian Farfetch'd and Sirfetch'd. I still don't care. 5. life. Mr. Rhyme, I'm actually kind of fine with. He's funny looking. He doesn't look creepy like Mr. Mime. Got a mustache. He looks like something you could actually be friends with without having the fear of being touched while you're asleep. He just looks like an old dude who wants to tap dance. I'm actually fine with Mr. Rhyme. We'll give him a 6 out of 10. Ooh, Galarian Yamask and Runerigus. You took a cool Pokemon that I liked and made it cooler. The way you evolve it is whack, but honestly, I would say it's worth it because Runerigus is such a cool Pokemon. Runerigus is gonna get an 8 out of 10. No, 8.3 out of 10. It is such a cool Pokemon. Milcery! Oh, it's adorable. I love Milcery so much. It's just milk, but it's so cute. I love Milcery. Milcery is getting an 8 out of 10. And then Alcremie. Oh, yes. This is my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon, by the way. I love Alcremie. She's so cute, and for whatever reason, I've always had an affinity for, like, living like food creatures, and Alcremie is exactly that. She's adorable. You can customize her. You can have her have different sweets in her hair. You can have her be different flavors, so she's different colors, and her shiny form is black and white, and it looks so good. I love Alcremie. Alcremie gets a 10 out of 10 because she's my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. And on my favorite Pokemon list, she's sitting at number 11. She's almost in the top 10. I had to decide between Alcremie and Aggron for the number 10 spot. Aggron took the spot just barely, but it's funny that Alcremie was even in the fight. I love her. And then G-Max Alcremie. She's a cake. She went from milk to cream to cake. It's so good. I love G-Max Alcremie as much as I love base Alcremie. Oh god, I love her. 10 out of 10. And another adorable Pokemon that I love, Phalanx. Oh, they're so cute. Phalanx gets an 8.5 out of 10. Pincurchin. It's funny. That's all I really have to say about it, though. It's a funny little sea urchin. It's electric type. 5.4. Snom. Snom is adorable. It's such a simple design, but it's so cute. Snom is such a wonderful Pokemon. I love it. Snom gets an 8 out of 10. And then Frostmoth. Oh, you took something I absolutely love, which is super fluffy moths, and you made it ice type, and you made it extra fluffy. I love Frostmoth. Frostmoth is the second spot, like number 2 favorite Gen 8. I love Frostmoth. If, this is a weird reason, but bear with me, if Frostmoth had a big chunky abdomen like Atlas moths do, Frostmoth would be my favorite. If she had that big chunky butt, I would Frostmoth would be number 1. A big reason why I like Atlas moths is their big chunky abdomen. I find absolutely adorable. Unfortunately, Frostmoth doesn't have that. She's just a little bean, but I still love her. Frostmoth gets a 9.5 out of 10. Stonjourner. Oh, there's so many good Pokemon in Gen 8. Stonjourner is funny and adorable. I love Stonjourner. Stonjourner gets a 6.9 out of 10. Nice. Ice Cube. He's pretty funny. He's not a Pokemon I'd use, but I appreciate his funniness, so he'll get a 5.2 out of 10. Indeedee. The male Indeedee I would give like a 6 out of 10, and the female Indeedee I would give a 7.5 out of 10. She's super cute and looks very huggable. Morpeko. Hey, look, it's a worthless Pokemon. It's a worthless Pikachu ripoff. Wow, still not done with those yet, huh? All the way up into Gen 8. Great. Morpeko gets a full belly mode, which is apparently as what its normal form is called. It's gonna get a 1 out of 10. And then hangry mode is gonna get like a fucking 1.5 out of 10, just because, like, I don't fucking know. I hate Morpeko, but like hangry mode's kind of funny, I guess. I don't want it. Qfant. I don't get its name, and I also didn't know it was steel type because it looks like a tangerine, and I assumed it was grass. It's a cute Pokemon. We haven't had an elephant Pokemon in a while, but hey, I don't have much to say about Qfant. It'll be a 5, I guess. Copperajah. Its shape is weird, but it's a neat Pokemon. I like it. Copperajah is gonna get a 6.8. G-Max Copperajah? Oh, you know, I was gonna rate him higher, and then I realized he's not on all fours, and you just always see him from the front. He's standing upright, and his forelegs are now itty-bitty stubby arms. You only see him from the front in game, so I thought he was just a giant Copperajah with a big excavator trunk. But he's actually standing up, and he looks like a plank with legs and stubby arms. Oh no. G-Max Copperajah gets a 2 out of 10. Okay, so I'm just gonna preemptively do, well, not preemptively, I'm gonna do all of the Gen 8 fossil Pokemon very quickly, so just bear with me. Dracozolt gets a 1 out of 10. Arctozolt doesn't get a point. Dracovish gets a 1 out of 10. Arctovish gets a 1 out of 10. I do not like any of the Gen 8 fossil Pokemon, which is a disappointing thing because I've liked the fossil Pokemon of every generation up until this point. Minus Gen 5, kind of, but Caracosta is kind of cool. If they gave you the option to have a complete fossil, quote unquote, in the lore, these are actually just the species that they were. It's not some weird mutation or science experiments bullshit. This is just how the animals were. This is how the Pokemon were when they were alive. But if they gave us the option to have a quote unquote complete fossil, and thus I would be able to have just the electric raptor that the Zolt comes from, I would just have the electric raptor and then I would be fine. I would love to have an electric raptor. But unfortunately, no, you can't do that, and you just have a bunch of stupid looking fossil Pokemon. I really hope in Gen 9 they don't do something stupid like that again and they just give us some interesting Pokemon. Some Ice Age Pokemon would be cool. There's an idea. Duraludon. I always thought it was Steel Fire because it looks like a lighter, but it's Steel Dragon. It's loosely based off of Mechagodzilla, which I always appreciate when things reference Godzilla because I love Godzilla, that whole franchise. I love Kaiju. They're fun. If you weren't here for the Gen 5 video, Mothra is my favorite Kaiju, and I'll be mentioning Mothra again when we get to the G-Max forms. But Duraludon, he's pretty cool. I like him. I don't think he's a Pokemon that I would use, but he is a Pokemon that I like. So Duraludon is going to get a 6.5 out of 10. G-Max Duraludon, it's a similar situation to Mega Tyranitar, which is fitting. I wish that with G-Max Duraludon, they really drove home the inspiration from Mechagodzilla, where they made him look really Mechagodzilla-esque. A lot like how I wish that, despite Tyranitar pulling from multiple different lizardy kaiju, I wish his Mega really emphasized the Godzilla part purely because he was the more popular of the few. Duraludon, I really wish they pushed the Mechagodzilla part with his G-Max, but I get why they went with the Shard because it's a building in London, and Galar is Great Britain mixed with like Scotland and Ireland and whatnot. So I get why they went with the Shard, I just wish they went with Mechagodzilla. G-Max Duraludon overall is gonna get a 6.8 out of 10. It's still pretty cool. Dreepy is adorable, and with the weird ancient thing that the weird ancient species that he's based off of that I actually cannot pronounce, which is weird because usually I'm good with those. He's also an alligator baby. Baby alligators are adorable, and they make little laser beam noises. Dreepy is adorable. I love him. Dreepy gets a 7 out of 10. Dracloak, he's got a little Dreepy buddy. Dracloak gets a 7.5 out of 10. And then Dragapult. Oh my god, I love Dragapult. Ghost, Dragon type, Stealth Bomber, alligator. It shoots Dreepy as projectiles, and the whole thing with its Dreepy hanging out on its head, that's a reference to alligators again, because alligators carry babies either on their head or in their mouths, and he's carrying it on their head. Dragapult gets an 8 out of 10. Okay, we're getting to the legendaries and whatnot of Galar, so before we do that, we're gonna do the added Gigantamax forms. Okay, starting with the Gen 1 starters again. Hooray! G-Max Venusaur. Yeah, no, I still don't care. 5 out of 10. G-Max Charizard. No. Your megas are just better, my guy. 2 out of 10. G-Max Blastoise. Genuinely cool. He is a wall of gun now, and he's actually facing his shell towards the threat, so he can actually protect himself. Good on you, Blastoise. I still don't really care, though. That sucks. It sucks the fact that you're Gen 1, because otherwise I would probably like you. G-Max Blastoise is gonna get a 5. G-Max Butterfree. Okay, so I would not pay any mind to G-Max Butterfree if it was not paying direct homage to Mothra from the Legendary films. That is what it is doing. It is a reference to the new design of Mothra. As I mentioned, Mothra is my favorite kaiju. I love her with all my heart. She's adorable. And G-Max Butterfree is referencing the new badass form of Mothra, who pushed away the cute that she was and made her really fucking cool. Made her more deserving of the title of Queen of the Monsters, as she's always been Godzilla's buddy. So So even though Gen 1 and Butterfree didn't change all that much, I am so unbelievably biased. I have to give G-Max Butterfree a 9 out of 10. Okay, Pikachu. I don't like Pikachu. I actively hate Pikachu. However, what they did with G-Max Pikachu was genius. People always mentioned how Pikachu over the years has gotten progressively slimmer and, you know, less fat. And a lot of people are like, oh, I like the new Pikachu design. And a lot of people were like, no, I miss fat Pikachu. He was cute. So what they did was they kept Pikachu the same it has been for the past few generations. But in this generation, with Gigantamax, they made Gigantamax Pikachu the old Pikachu. And honestly, seeing fat Pikachu in 3D, it makes me like Pikachu. Apparently, one of the main reasons I dislike Pikachu is the fact that he's not fat anymore. Who the fuck knew? So, as opposed to me hating Pikachu normally, both because it's way oversaturated and they kind of fucked up its design, apparently, I actively like G-Max Pikachu. I can give it a good score of 6.5 out of 10. I like G-Max Pikachu. G-Max Meowth is another story, though. I don't know. I really don't like G-Max Meowth. It's based off of a meme, and because of that, it looks really stupid. G-Max Meowth gets a 1 out of 10. G-Max Machamp is very Ashura's Wrath, which might be what they were going for. However, I still don't like Machamp, and I still don't care, even if he got a Gigantamax. So, G-Max Machamp is gonna get a 2. Oh wow, continuing the downward trend. G-Max Gengar. I don't like Gengar. I like Mega Gengar, and I don't like G-Max Gengar. Like at all. G-Max Gengar gets a 1. G-Max Kingler, though, is wonderful. G-Max Kingler is gonna get a 6 out of 10. Oh, yes. Good. I'm so happy. They took a Gen 1 Pokemon that I actively love. Lapras is my 20th favorite Pokemon, and they gave her a great Gigantamax. They really drove home the fact that Lapras loves transporting people and is always there to help people. It's a really caring Pokemon, and that's one of the reasons I love it. It's such a sweet Pokemon, and its G-Max, it turns into a cruise ship, and I love that because it can ferry so many people that way. It can be so helpful to so many people, even if it's just a leisure stroll. I love G-Max Lapras. When I get Shield, Lapras is going to be my Gigantamax Pokemon. 100%. I desperately want a G-Max Lapras. It is my favorite Gigantamax. 10 out of 10. G-Max Eevee. I understand why they went with Eevee, especially with the fact that they are now trying to push Eevee as the co-poster child to Pikachu, which is fair, honestly. I would argue that Eevee should be the poster child and Pikachu should go away, but at this rate, it's kind of irreversible. G-Max Eevee is fine. It's poofy. It's cute. You took Eevee and you made it more so. Good job. This is what I would imagine a normal type Eeveelution would look like. It's just a bigger, fluffier Eevee. However, if you were going to give G-Max to the Eevee line, I would humbly request that if you don't want to give it to every Eeveelution, which is fair, you give it to the first gen Eeveelutions. You don't have Gigantamax Eevee. You have Gigantamax Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. I think that would be so much better, especially with the fact that I don't ever use Eevee, because why would you? And I commonly use Vaporeon. Vaporeon's one of my favorite Eeveelutions. It's probably my second or third favorite, right behind Glaceon, and it's a toss-up between Umbreon and Vaporeon for second. So I would be fine if they just did the first 3 Eeveelutions and they skipped my favorite, because at least Gigantamax Vaporeon. But we got Gigantamax Eevee, which, fair. It's a gift if you have Let's Go Eevee save data, but overall, I'd give it a 6. Gigantamax Snorlax. Gigantamax Snorlax. I just don't care. It's funny, but I don't care. 5 out of 10. G-Max Garbodor. Now, I ask you, Pokemon Company, if you were going to give a mono poison type known for pollution and just general upsetty spaghetti dirty stuff, why did you give it to Garbodor and not Muck? You've already done G-Max forms for a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, and a lot of people know and like Muck. And also, a lot of people don't like Trubbish and Garbodor. So why did you give it to Garbodor and not Muck? I just find that a little strange. With that aside, I don't like Garbodor, and I don't like his Gmax. So we'll give it a 2 out of 10 just because it's kind of funny that he's a whole ass landfill now. Gmax Melmetal, I rated in the last video. And with Gmax Melmetal, which I rated in the last video, we're going back to normal Pokemon for now. Well, I say normal, but the next one is Zacian, Sword Puppy. Zacian is pretty cool. It's basic form where it doesn't have its shield or anything fancy. It's pretty neato. I like it. Of the two, Zacian is the one I like slightly less, but that isn't to say that I don't like it. Zacian is gonna get a 6.5 out of 10 for me. Its Crown Sword form is gonna get a 6.8 out of 10. Zamazenta, my preferred of the two. Its Heroes of Many Battle forms, aka its normal form, I quite like. I really like its color palette. I'll give a basic Zamazenta a 7 out of 10. The Crowned Shield Zamazenta, I actually like slightly less, so I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Eternatus. Yes, the other poison dragon type that I can't use because it's a fucking legendary. It's really cool. I really like Eternatus. I'll give it a 7. Yeah, just a flat 7 out of 10. And for some reason, Eternamax Eternatus is not on here. So we'll just put up a picture of Eternamax Eternatus. You can't use it, which is unfortunate, but it makes sense because Eternamax Eternatus is the most ridiculously bullshit Pokemon in its stat block ever. Nothing will compete to Eternamax Eternatus. That is ridiculous. It is meant to be because it is the final boss of Sword and Shield. Because of just how crazy and unique Eternamax Eternatus is, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Kubfu. If its mouth wasn't so exaggerated, I would like it a bit more, but it's super exaggerated and I don't really like it. So we'll give it a 7, no, like a 6 out of 10. Urshifu. The single strike style, the dark fighting one. I don't really care. It's dark type, so I guess I'll give it a 5.5. Then the rapid strike style. Yeah. I don't really like the flow like water Urshifu. We'll give it like a 3. Gmax Dark Urshifu. He's going to fuck you up. Yeah, it's actually that's honestly pretty cool. We'll give him a 7.5 out of 10. Gmax Water Urshifu. Yeah, you're just a lot dumber looking than the other one. 4. Zarude. Yeah, I just really don't care, and it's a monkey, so like 2. Regieleki. I appreciate how unbelievably fast he is, but he's also kind of stupid looking. Regieleki I can give like a 5 out of 10. Regidrago, I actually really like the look of. Regidrago is just honest, I can't say anything more than I think he looks really cool. Regidrago is going to be like a 7 out of 10. Glastrier, Ice Horse. Yeah, that's probably the one I'd use. Glastrier is going to be a 6.5 out of 10. Spectrier. It's kind of cool, but I don't like its super long, like, mascaraed eyelashes. It's just really strange. We'll give it a 5 out of 10. Calyrex is terrible. It is so dumb looking. Who approved this design? 1 out of 10. And with Calyrex, that is the final, most recent Pokemon, number 897 or 898. Fuck. Wow, that's a whole lot of Dundiddly Pokemon right there. If you enjoyed this series, good. Like this video. Subscribe if you're new. I have a Patreon you can subscribe to if you want to. I'm not going to make you because I'm not really capable of making videos right now, but I want to start back up soon. I'm going to get in contact with the people carrying my GPU to see what the deal is and see if I can't get it shipped out here or if I can just like get a new one if they lost it or whatever. Either way, I'm going to try my best to get the GPU here soon. So hopefully videos will start back up before the end of the year. But since we're here, how about we do a quick countdown of my top 10 favorite Pokemon, because they're really spaced out between the various generations. That way I don't have to do my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Well, I probably still will, because this is at the end of a video at the end of a series. But we'll do it anyway, just to close off the video in a fun way. I opened the wrong file. Crap. So my top 10 favorite Pokemon from 10 to number 1. Number 10 is Aggron. He's super fucking awesome. Number 9 is Mineshow. It's a really fun Pokemon and I love it shiny. Number 8 is Zoroark. Oh, it's my favorite fur-bait Pokemon and it can also be anything you want. Wow. And also it's my second favorite type. Wow. Number 7 is Darkrai. He's a cool, edgy Pokemon and I liked his movie and he's my second favorite type. Nice. Number 6 is Mismagius. Close to my favorite ghost type. I looked ahead. Good. I like you. You're a friend, and I want to hang with you. Number 5 is Milotic. In my opinion, the objectively better Gyarados. Number 4 is Zeraora. Number 3 is Mega Banette. This is my favorite ghost type. It's super cool. It's just like super duper cool. Number 2 is Gliscor. Look at it. How can you not like that? It's awesome looking. And number 1 is Weavile. Another 4th gen evolution. It's just a really, really cool Pokemon. I love the way it looks, and it's the only dark ice type in the game. Though I will mention, honorable mention to Zoroark. If Zoroark gets a regional form at any point, which I don't think it will, but if it does, and that regional form makes it dark ice type, there will be no competition to any other Pokemon, and my favorite Pokemon will be that regional form Zoroark. But for the time being, Weavile is my favorite Pokemon, and I appreciate you hanging out these past few days of me talking about each and every Pokemon. My voice is killing me, so I'm gonna go drink a lot of fluid, and hopefully I won't wake up without a voice tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here.